A major player early in this draft will be Brian Burke, the general manager of the Vancouver Canucks. He's stolen the show before. He's talked long and hard in recent days about coveting the Sedin twins.
No one's leaving with both the twins, just us. We're the only team that can leave with them both.
Well, we've wired in a deal, actually, that will be announced in a short while.
Vancouver trades Brian McCabe and its first-round pick in 2000 to Chicago in exchange for Chicago's first-round pick, that's 4th overall. Tampa Bay trades first-round pick in today's draft to Vancouver in exchange for 4th pick previously acquired from Chicago. The third trade, Vancouver trades to Atlanta the first pick overall in this year's draft in exchange for the 2nd pick overall.
We're very proud to select the Marshall Spink, Daniel and Henrik Sedin.
You know, we're best friends and we played on the same line for 6 or 7 years, so that's what we wanted.
There was a lot of skepticism about this trade, and I think it's worked out pretty well for the Vancouver Canucks.
And so it began on that fateful day when the insight and maneuvers of Brian Burke and the Vancouver Canucks orchestrated what would become one of the game's greatest shows on ice we've ever had the pleasure to witness, and may never again. It's impossible to describe the careers of the Sedin twins without mention of the harmony, the oneness of their play. But first, we will look at the singular and sublime individual part played by Daniel Sedin that made this symphony on ice destined for the Hockey Hall of Fame here tonight.
The Sedins are remembered for having a telepathic connection on the ice as they lit up the scoreboard for the Vancouver Canucks throughout their careers. Despite being identical twins, the Sedins' playing style was not identical. Daniel was more of a goal scorer, Henrik more of the playmaker.
There's Daniel, what a goal! What a beauty!
And look at that no-look tip by Henrik. He knew exactly where Daniel was going to be.
The pair caught the eye of NHL scouts and GMs after making their professional debuts at 16 for Modo in the Swedish Elite League. Daniel would lead Modo in scoring in their second season, as the twins were awarded the Golden Puck as the best Swedish players. In 1999, then Canucks GM Brian Burke was convinced to keep the Sedins together as he made the famous draft day trade to take Daniel 2nd overall, 1 pick ahead of his brother. Daniel's eye for the net was on display right away as he would finish his rookie season with 20 goals. His breakout campaign would come in the post-lockout era, finding the back of the net a team-best 36 times in the 06-07 season.
I don't care who you're cheering for, that was quite a goal.
After being named an alternate captain in 2010, Daniel would have a banner year with 41 goals and a league-best 104 points to claim the Art Ross. He also won the Ted Lindsay Award and was named to the All-Star game for the first time in his career. His performances that season helped Vancouver reach the Stanley Cup Final, where the Canucks would narrowly lose a close 7-game series to Boston. In 2016, the 3-time All-Star became the highest-scoring Canucks player of all time, passing fellow Swede Marcus Naslund. After 17 seasons, Daniel and his brother decided to hang up their skates, playing their final game in April 2018.
Daniel, Henrik, back for Daniel. Let's it go, he scores!
It was emotional for sure. We don't show a lot of emotions, but deep inside I think it's going to stay there for a long time.
Like his brother, Daniel represented his native Sweden at numerous international events. The 3-time Olympian claimed gold in 2006 and a silver in 2014 to go along with his World Championship gold medal from 2013. In February 2020, the Vancouver Canucks retired both Daniel's 22 and Henrik's 33. One of the game's elite and most consistent producers for a generation, Daniel Sedin will long be remembered as one of the true greats.
To present Daniel's Hall of Fame plaque, the man who brought the Twins together in the NHL, Brian Burke.
First off, I want to thank whoever picked me to speak before Henrik. Reminds me of draft day. Thank you, Brian. Thank you to Mike Gartner and the selection committee for this honor, and to Lanny McDonald and the Hockey Hall of Fame staff who have made this such a great weekend of celebration. On Friday, I met Börje Salming for the first time, and that was probably the highlight of my weekend. He paved the way for all Swedish players coming after him. A true inspiration, and it is so special to see what he meant to his teammates, colleagues, and to the hockey community. Seeing all of this over the last few days reminded me of what hockey has always meant to me. It's about teammates, supporting teammates. It's about making friends for life, and it's about being there for others through all the ups, but more importantly, all the downs. Growing up in Sweden, although everyone in our city was hockey mad, we didn't watch the NHL on TV other than seeing a few highlights. I never set a goal to play in the NHL. My hockey idols were guys playing for Modo and in the Swedish Hockey League. So it is beyond any of my expectations to be on the stage tonight, being honored along with Daniel, Herb, Lou, Rika, and Henrik. Playing youth hockey in Sweden was full of good memories. First in Järvel and then for Modo. I want to thank all the coaches and teammates from those early days. It was always about having fun. We won some games and lost others, but in the end, it was just kids enjoying playing hockey. I'm fortunate to have had the experience of playing for Team Sweden. Thank you to the Swedish Hockey Federation for the chance to play with some of the guys here tonight, instead of always against them. Alfie, it was always a pleasure representing Sweden alongside you. There are few players, if any, more competitive than you, whether it be hockey, table tennis, or playing soccer before games. Mike Barnett, JP Berry, Claes Elefalk, thanks for all the support you've given us, Henrik and I, over the years, and for guiding us through every issue we had, big or small. You might not represent us anymore, but we will always consider you very good friends. To the Aquilini family, Thomas Gredin, you saw something in us and convinced the Canucks it was worth drafting us both. Henrik and I never expected to play together in the NHL, but Brian Burke, you made that happen. Who knows how this story would have played out without your belief that things could be done on that day in Boston in 1999. To the Aquilini family, the Hockey Operations Department, and entire Canucks staff, I couldn't have asked for a more supportive group in all aspects of my hockey life. And to the people of British Columbia, the fans that cheered us on until our very last game, and the groups we worked with in the community, your support and generosity is unmatched. Mark Crawford, my first NHL head coach. There were lessons to be learned every day, and trust me, we learned. I think you saw something in us and knew we needed to be pushed. And with age and experience, I can now appreciate that. You set big expectations from the beginning, and although it took a few years to meet them, thanks for those early lessons and your patience. I had the same great respect for Lane Mignot, who continued to challenge us and develop us as players. AV, you gave us the chance to become the players we wanted to be. Thank you. Henrik and I arrived in Vancouver at 20 years old, a long way from our friends and family for the first time, and it wasn't easy. Matthias Olden and Marcus Näsden were there from the beginning to help us adjust to life in North America and teach us about the expectations of us as professionals. We had the chance to learn from two of the best role models, and it eventually rubbed off on us. Again, it took a while, but we got there. Anson Carter, you taught us to take ownership of our play. I still remember you dragging us in to watch video of our power play, or things we needed to do better as a line. You want us to be the go-to guys, an attitude I took with me the rest of my career. Don't leave it up to someone else. Take the initiative. Great lessons for us as young players, great lessons for life too. Sitting on the bench, watching Alex Burrows play his first few games in the NHL, I remember looking over at Henrik, and we both said the same thing. We want to play with this guy. So smart, so driven, never took a day off. Our best years as hockey players were spent with you as our line mates. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is truly an honor, but doing it alongside Roberto makes it so much more special. You raised the standards on our team and made everyone believe that average was never an option. I'm proud to call you a friend. Alex Edler, Kevin Bexa, Ryan Kessler, Yannick Hansen. What great years we had with you guys. Coming to the rink was never boring. We challenged each other every day, and although we had very different personalities, we all had a team-first mentality, and that made it fun. I can't mention individually all the people who had an impact on me as a player and a person, but to all my coaches, teammates, and people I crossed paths with, thank you for all the conversation, memories, and support through the years. Peter and Stefan, two great influences in my life. You always allowed us to compete with you and your friends. You might have been reluctantly, but you didn't show it. We had to work hard just to keep up with you guys, and it sure taught us about perseverance. Mom, Dad, thanks for making sports from a young age just a game. You drove us to and from activities and never said a word about our performance. You let us grow up loving all sports, not just hockey. Dad, your patience and positive attitude is something I will always admire. You instilled in me that nothing is impossible if you put in the time and you're committed. Mom, your kind and caring personality is very, very special, and we all love you for it. We also love your pancakes. Henrik, I will only say this once. You have always been a calming influence in my life, and it has made a difference not only in my career as a hockey player, but also as a person. In my mind, you're a better hockey player than me, a better person than me, and I'm saying this sincerely, but also knowing that you will stand up here in about 10 minutes. Can't wait to hear what you're going to say about me. Marinette, for always keeping things together and for raising our family while juggling your studies and work. Thank you doesn't begin to express how grateful I am to have had you beside me all these years. Through your work with CFAC, I see every day what a difference you make not only in our family's life, but also in the lives of many other families. Ronja, Eric, Anna, I could not have asked for 3 kinder or more considerate kids. You have grown up too fast, and I regret all the time I was away and all the moments I missed, including Eric's birthday. Not just the day with the cake, the actual birthday. Sorry, buddy. You're all unique, and I know you will succeed in anything you take on. I love you all so much. Our family has 2 special places that are close to our hearts. To all of you who have traveled from Sweden and Vancouver to be here this weekend, thank you for sharing this evening with us. Thank you.